Good morning folks, welcome to a brand new YouTube video. Happy Monday. I know it's not really a common thing for me to film on weekdays, but seeing as today we have a double training day, I thought it'd be a cool idea to make a video which is kind of like a full day of eating on a double training day. On Mondays typically I do paddle in the morning and then I do weights in the evening. If you saw my previous video, you'll know that I've now got a paddle coach. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to take you along for the session today. Same goes for the gym. I don't typically film in the gym, but I'm going to try and do so today. So you can get an idea of how I'm structuring these double training days and how I'm fueling myself around them. Speaking of, I'm just in the midst of preparing some of my meals for the day. So I've just done my yogurt bowl there. I'm going to add a conference pear and some granola. Separately, by the way, I'm not adding pear to the yogurt bowl. I used to put the granola just like on top of the yogurt and then just put it in the fridge, but by the time I got around to eating it, the granola was just like a bit soft and it just felt a bit weird, so I've stopped doing that now. Separate Tupperware for the granola. We're going to do a nice 45 grams of protein granola. And by the way, if you aren't onto this protein granola, the chocolate one from Aldi, you gotta get on it, it's so good. Don't get me wrong, it's a little bit disappointing when you pour out 45 grams and it really doesn't look like much. I'd rather have like 100 gram serving of this. But you know, self-control and all that, so we are gonna stick to the plan. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I am excited for today. I feel like my paddle game has come on a fair bit. In the gym later, we have squats on the agenda, which are probably my favorite lift at the moment. It is a Monday, it is a brand new start to a brand new week, and that means another opportunity to get better. Really hope you enjoy this one, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay, so food is ready for the day, and that means it is breakfast time. So that's what we're working with. We have a breakfast wrap. There is 2 scrambled eggs, some light cheese and a bit of ketchup in a high protein tortilla. We've got a whole 150 grams of strawberries, and then I've got a morning shake, which is a scoop of chocolate peanut butter whey, 200 mils of oat milk, about 100 mils of water, some ice, 5 grams of creatine and a teaspoon of instant coffee. As I say, I've mentioned this several times on the channel, don't really enjoy taking protein shakes, but I think necessity, you know, I do need to make sure I hit a protein goal, and there's no doubt that this helps me hit that. Slight update as well on the supplement situation. So you'll know from a couple of videos ago that I made an effort to be taking these a bit more. So I've given it 2 weeks, and something in here is making me feel like Dudu Kaka, and I've got a feeling it's a Tonkat, but I only realised because when I went to London like a few days ago for work, I forgot to take the supplements, and I remember thinking to myself, hey, I actually feel pretty good today, because like, for some reason, when I've been taking these, I feel awful. I feel absolutely horrendous. I get like really hot flushes. I just don't feel right. So I'm stopping taking these, and I'm probably gonna just like reintroduce them one by one. I'm pretty sure it's a Tonkat, as I say. It just mustn't agree with me, which is weird because I've done a cycle of that supplement before and I was seen to be fine. But you know what? It is what it is. I'm gonna start again by reintroducing probably the omega-3s or the vitamin D. I feel like they're the most low risk, and then we'll go from there. Anyways, full day of eating means the eating time lapses are back. So let's go ahead and get this down us, and then we'll see what it means for the rest of the day. But first things first, you all know the drill. Oh, that was cold. Breakfast is in the bag, highly enjoyable as always. Breakfast is probably my favorite meal of the day. Before I tell you about the macros, I'm not sure if I actually explained like my kind of nutrition principle at the moment. So obviously after the shred, things changed a little bit. I crept back up to 2,600 calories, and I actually changed the ratios up a little bit because, you know, I've been doing a lot of like, I'm a big science guy, I've been doing a lot of research into like protein amounts that, you know, requirements for building muscle, etc, etc. And for the longest time I've been eating 200 grams plus. Even on my cut, when I was eating less calories than this, I was eating more protein. But after doing a bit of research recently, I've kind of decided that like I don't really think that's absolutely necessary for me, so I've dropped it down to somewhere around the 180, 190 protein window. It just allows me to have a few extra carbs and fats. And I found that when I was eating a higher ratio of protein, sometimes I would have to add like so much like chicken to my lunches and stuff, to the point where my lunch would just be mostly chicken and it was just borderline not enjoyable. And that's fine, you know, if you've got a goal, in some instances you've just got to put up with that kind of thing. But I would say with my current goals, that's just not really me. I would much rather enjoy a few more carbs and fats, so that's exactly what I'm doing. So the calorie goal is 2,600, protein goal is around 180, 190-ish. Rest of those calories can be made up pretty much however I want them to be. So that breakfast was 637 calories. It gave me 53 grams of protein, 61 grams of carbs, 20 grams of fat, and also 9 grams of fiber. Strawberries are so good for fiber. So let's go ahead and get this washing up done, and then it's time to head to paddle. Alright, so we are on our way to paddle. I'm not gonna lie, the skies are looking a little bit ominous. It's been raining on and off. It's definitely quite wet out now. The rain is supposed to clear up in time for the session, so I am definitely hoping for the best. I'm excited for you to see this as well, because like, don't get me wrong, I feel like I'm no stranger to training hard. I definitely train with heavy weights in the gym, but I can't lie, since starting these paddle sessions, it's quickly become apparent that they are the most taxing session of exercise that I have of the week. You'll see what I mean when you see my body language later. I'm keeled over, struggling to breathe.
The public gets half to fucking lean on something.
No, it's not, bro.
I've asked 100 of us.
Anyone who knows me will know that I don't really drink calories. I just think it's such a waste. But on 2-a-day training days, I think I definitely need something to keep me going. So normally I grab a blue Powerade, but unfortunately this Hazard Express didn't have one. So we have gone for a Lucozade Sport Orange, aka one of the most scally drinks you can ever buy. Just a bit of fast-acting glucose to keep me hydrated and energized. I think if I didn't have it, I would definitely feel it a lot more. All right, so we have just arrived. The sun is shining a little bit, but there's still some dark clouds. So I think I'm actually going to switch to iPhone footage just because I don't want my camera to get wet. So let's just go ahead and take care of that right now. Tell you what, the front camera on this iPhone 14 Pro Max, I actually really like. It's pretty good quality. I don't make the rules here, guys, but you've got to leave a like for that sick transition. It's just got to be done. All right, so we are all set up and ready to go. Session 4. I'm going to track this on my Garmin, so I'll show you after the session how taxing it actually is. But yeah, super excited. Let's get into this. Stay on. Good, stay on. But you need to apply that slice, okay? Good job. Nice, that's fine. That's a great shot. Good. Good shot. Good, stay on. So remember to get through the ball, okay? Through the ball. Yes. Down as you hit it. Good. Again. Good again. Backhand. Forehand and backhand. Nice. A lot of very technical drills today. I'm struggling quite a bit, but on to Bandech is next. Let's see if we can redeem ourselves. Bandech practice went semi-okay, but now is where the cardio drills begin, so pray for me. Yes, forward. Yes, back. Forward, checking. Yes, back. Nice, forward. Check. Yes, back. Good. Forward. Yes. I'm trying to keep the ball going like a 2v1 drill. Seems unfair, but let's see how we do. Okay. Yes. you always finish with a game, we're gonna see that on my Instagram story. My goodness, Padel is absolutely brutal. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Garmin stats on the screen right now, but I mean, just take a look at that. In an hour and a half roughly of training time, 1,206 calories, average heart rate of 146. That is taxing on both the body and the mind, because you always got to think about your shots as well. But I've been enjoying it so much. That was my 4th session, and honestly, when we played the practice game at the end, I thought at least in the first set I played quite well. Second set, you could tell I was a bit tired, so I was hitting a few errors. So next on the agenda, I've got a few hours at the office, get some of that deep laptop work done. It's also definitely time for my next meal, so I'll show you what that is when we get to the office. Also gives me a nice chance to get my breath back, because that is much needed. Alright, I'm just going to keep my voice down because I'm filming in the office, but when I go to the office, I typically pack 2 meals, and they pretty much always look the same. The first is pretty much always a yogurt bowl, so that is exactly what I'm going to have now, with a conference pear, another bit of fruit for a bit of fibre. The second meal, again, is pretty much always some kind of rice, veg, and a protein. Like today I've got like literally rice, veg, and lean ground beef. It's a proper like gym bro meal, but it gets the job done, and I like it, to be honest. A lot of people say stuff like that, like chicken, rice and veg is super plain, and I get it, it is, but if you learn how to cook it properly, honestly, I love it, it's amazing. Just about every single day I have 1 or 2 meals that are like that, and I never get bored of them. You just add different sauces, different seasonings, there's just different ways of doing things. The best food hack or nutrition hack is always to learn how to cook, in my opinion. Just in case you needed reminding, the yogurt bowl is very simply 250 grams of 0% fat-free Greek yogurt, 1 serving, aka 16 grams of peanut butter powder, 10 grams of honey, 1 to 2 teaspoons of granulated sweetener. It's kind of up to you to decide how sweet you want it to be. You mix all that together, and then you top it with 45 grams of protein granola. You can also add like 100 grams of berries if you want to. That's what I do a lot of the time, but today I've decided to have a pear because that is what I had in the fridge. Let me go ahead and get this meal down me, and then we can talk about how it affects today's macros. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, I completely lost track of time. It is 5:05 p.m. I've got the gym at 6 and I've just heated up this meal, so I'm really hoping that I'm not eating too close to my workout. But really quickly, after the yogurt bowl and the Lucozade Sport, which I forgot to track earlier, that leaves us at 1,282 calories for the day. We've got 96 grams of protein, 140 carbs, 30 fat, and 18 grams of fiber, so pretty good. This meal is literally the plain and simple meal that I told you about earlier. It's literally rice, ground beef, and vegetables, and it's just seasoned with salt. Guys, come at me all you want, I don't care. I like meals like this. If everything is cooked properly, then there's no reason for you not to enjoy it. So let me quickly shovel this down, and then we'll do another macro recap. Boom, done. Probably the best thing about meals like this, the meals can be really big. I mean, this is a big Tupperware, you saw how full it was. But because it's such a simple meal, just made of simple ingredients, it really isn't big on the calories. Speaking of that, this meal, and don't forget, you saw how big this thing was. 567 calories, 60 grams of protein, 43 grams of carbs, 16 fat, 6 grams of fiber as well from the veg, which is pretty good. And in terms of how that affects today's macros, we're now on 1,850 calories. We have eaten 156 grams of protein, 184 grams of carbs, and 46 grams of fat. So I've got plenty of carbs to play with at the end of the day, and I'm going to need them because I've got no time to spare. I am literally heading straight to the gym now for heavy squats. You might have noticed that I was quite distracted by my laptop when I was doing all of this, and it's because I'm still editing and uploading the weekend's video. I wasn't able to do it on Sunday like usual. The editing's all done. I'm just finalizing the color grading right now. I'm also finalizing the music, and then I just need to do a final render and export it. To be honest, because my laptop's quite old and slow, it's touch and go whether this one will be up by 8 p.m. tonight, but we're going to try our best. Anyways, I'm going to shut up now. Let's get to the gym. So after quite a rigorous warm-up, we're now going into our main movement, which is back squats. I'm not gonna lie, for the past like 5 years, I wanna say, deadlift has by far been my favorite lift. I think squats might be taking it right now because they feel great. We're going to work up to 4 sets of 4 at 116 today. Kind of wanted to go a little bit heavier, but Coach Ashley's told me no, so I've got to listen to him. Set 1, 116 kilos.
Are you starting the way of that? Monty throws it back. Beth, you're on the bar. Okay. And then you're on the bar space. Okay, Beth.
Set 2, RP around 6.5. I definitely have a lot more to give here, but we're going to stick to the programming. Even set 3 still not really an RP7. I'm kind of getting there now, but it's nice to know that I can push these weights to 4 sets of 4 without really any real issue. Well, I'd say that I didn't even break a sweat, but that would be a lie. But either way, 4 sets of 4 at 116 moved like an absolute breeze today. Really happy with how they come along. As I say, I think squats might have taken the crown as my favourite lift. I think it goes without saying that I didn't film the full workout because this video is always going to be quite long as it is. But as for right now, I got to shoot to Aldi to get a couple bits. Then we'll go home and finish off these calories. You're just going to also ignore the sound of the air fryer in the background that's cooking my dinner. But that might be the cheapest top-up shop I've ever managed to get away with. I feel like every time I go in for a top-up shop these days, it ends up costing like 30 quid. But thankfully, I've only spent around a tenner today. But this is what I've got. I'm a big fruit fiend, and if you know me, you know how much I love the cherries. So, especially selected king cherries. Got 400 grams of the normal blueberries. I wanted a bit more volume this time rather than getting like 150 grams of the specially selected ones. 0% fat Greek yogurt, you know what that's for. Aldi's protein tortilla wraps I do very much enjoy. They are a little bit on the brittle side, like they break quite easily if you try and pack them too tightly, so you gotta be careful of that. And then classic, some microwave basmati rice, because when I make my boring meals, that's just so easy for me to do. As far as I'm concerned, that's a tenner. Very well spent. We've done well. So as a whole, today has been a fantastic day. Everything has pretty much gone to plan except this one thing, and it's so annoying. You know, I told you earlier how I was uploading the video from the weekend. Well, my usual process is that I'll have it rendered, exported and ready to go. Then around like 7:30 I'll start the upload because I've got super fast internet and it only takes like 10 minutes to upload the video. While it's uploading, I'll quickly make the thumbnail, I'll quickly write the description. So then by the time the video is published, everything is ready to go and the upload can go up in time. But today, it is not. Very frustratingly, I don't know why, but my internet decided to slow down to like dial-up speeds. I actually started the upload around 7:15, so over an hour ago. It's uploaded 19% and it's saying it's going to take another 2 hours. And I'm just like, why? Why has this happened? Honestly, I was really looking forward to getting this video uploaded today as well, because I've got other bits of content going out through the week. So this kind of does throw a spanner in the works, a little bit annoying, but you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to publish it tomorrow at 8 instead. Alright guys, so dinner is served. It has been a long day and I knew I had so much to do this evening, so I didn't worry about cooking something per se. I grabbed one of the hake mornay's from Aldi. I mean, I might have mentioned these in the channel previously, but I love these as a ready-made option. I think they're so good and the macros are phenomenal on them. As well as this, I'm having 100 grams of blueberries and 100 grams of strawberries. And then because I'm still going to be fairly short on calories, especially when it comes to carbs, I'm actually going to have a little bit of this pistachio conifer chocolate, which I'm very much looking forward to. So I'm going to set these up on the tripod for the last eating time lapse of this video, and then we'll talk about how we're finishing the day macro-wise. I'm not the kind of guy that really eats in front of the TV. I prefer to be at the dining table and just enjoy my food. But because today's been such a long one, I deserve this. I'm going to stick YouTube on while I eat. I've been loving a lot of channels recently. For example, Christian Guzman, because the OG CG is officially back. That guy's in phenomenal shape. He is just on it. And I'm taking so much inspiration from him at the moment. And then also Mike Thurston, who probably in the past few months has become one of my favourite YouTubers. I'm just so inspired by guys like that at the minute because they've built fantastic businesses. They live the kind of life that I would love to live one day. So I've been diving in and trying to absorb as much as I can. But anyways, I don't want food to go cold. So let's get you set up on the tripod and let's eat. Alright guys, dinner is done. I love those hake mornay's. If you've not tried them, You gotta find them on Aldi. They're in the like fish section in the fridge. Just give them a try. They are so good. I didn't actually eat the chocolate yet. I've logged 30 grams in my fitness pal. I think I just need a little bit of a break before I break into that. So where that leaves us for the day, the full day of eating. That dinner plus the chocolate is gonna be 678 calories, bringing our grand total for the day 2,527 calories, 260 in protein, 227 carb, 76 fat, and 30 grams of fiber. Not bad at all. Honestly, would have probably preferred to have had a few more carbs, especially seeing as I trained twice today, but this is just the way that they panned out, and to be honest, I'm okay with it. Because that hake mornay is super high in protein, I've also overshot my protein goal by a little bit, but again, that's fine, it's minor. By the way, I completely forgot that I had that hake in the fridge, and it actually went out to date yesterday, so if you never see an upload from me ever again, it's because I is dead. But you know what, guys, I am super proud of myself today. I'm not gonna lie, I had a bit of a word with myself over the weekend because I kind of feel like my productivity is just like not quite being where it should be considering what I want to achieve. And this was a real acid test. I told myself that if I was able to film a full day of eating and training, which is probably my busiest day, and when you add filming into the mix, it definitely adds another element of difficulty. And honestly, I'm really happy with how this video has turned out. So just to recap, we hit an early paddle session this morning. We had a really productive few hours at the office. We fully edited the weekend's YouTube video. It was supposed to be uploaded, and that is a bit annoying, but again, what can I do about that? We got in for heavy squats, we got a top-up shop done, and we hit our macros to a really, really good standard. I can have zero complaints today. It is now 9:09 p.m. and honestly, I just know that when my head hits the pillow in around half an hour, I'm gonna be asleep within 10 minutes. But this is the level I need to be hitting, and this is why I had a word with myself over the weekend, because I've been getting a bit in my own head about why my YouTube views have been going down. But in reality, I can have zero complaints about that because I've just plainly and simply not been promoting my channel as much as I should have been. I should be using my Instagram stories and my Instagram in general to promote my channel more. I should be uploading to YouTube Shorts, and believe me guys, I'm making the commitment right here. I'm going to address all of that. So we've made a super strong start by getting this video filmed. I really hope you've enjoyed seeing what this full day of eating and training has looked like. Have you been surprised by anything? Just let me know in the comments below. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, guys. I have so much great content planned and I really cannot wait for you to see it. I'd like to thank you so much for watching, because you literally could be doing anything with your time and you've chosen to spend a few minutes with me, and I really appreciate that. Hopefully you stick around, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.